Welcome to another Killshot Tournament Season 1. This is going to be Game 2, and I'm Longshot.
And I am Kaleido.
And these two players are going to be xBadMofo and Jaimeister. xBadMofo is all the way at the north. He is going to be spawning as Terran. He is a top platinum player, so Jaimeister's really got to watch out for this guy. You know, Jaimeister does play as random, but also going to be spawning once again as Protoss in this matchup. Man, tough break.
Right, yeah, this really sucks actually for Jaimeister, because if his random had treated him right and he had gotten a different race, any other different race, then the opener that xBadMofo has to do then has to be adjusted for whatever race he scouts, which means he has to scout earlier and he has to adjust, but he's just going to end up seeing the same race and playing the same game, so he's actually just going to be completely fine.
Yeah, I completely agree. And let's first up give up a big round of applause to our sponsors. That's right, the Nerd Reactor. They are one of the greatest websites ever. I mean, don't you agree?
Absolutely. I mean, thank you so much for sponsoring our tournament.
I mean, yeah, I mean, they have like the best stuff out there. I mean, they have movies, nerd, and geek stuff out there. I mean, it's freaking awesome.
Anything that supports nerd culture, I am down for.
Definitely. I mean, I'm a nerd. Well, actually, I'm more a geek, but yeah, you know, I'll throw myself into the nerd category. I mean, I love StarCraft. I love, you know, StarCraft. And, you know, hey, guess what? I love StarCraft, so freaking awesome. So
pretty nerdy, man.
Yeah, hey, what can I say? Yeah,
that's
how nerdy
game.
I am.
So here we are.
So Jaimeister going a pretty standard for Protoss right now, and you know, finally getting the scout off into xBadMofo's base. Going to be seeing that he is going to be already having that gas down and getting that early gas, and also going to be morphing his orbital command into, actually his command center into an orbital command. Thank you for correcting myself. So, and he's going to be chrono boosting out some probes and putting down his cyber. So it's pretty standard so far right now.
Yes, indeed. Super standard play actually from both these players, except the fact that Jaimeister completely forgot to put guys in his gas until right now. But besides that, I mean, we're going to see probably some form of bio, I would assume, especially because the tech lab is going down for this barracks right now. Possibly a Marauder expand?
That could be a possibility.
Or he's just going to go 3 racks heavy Marauder into expansion. But we're going to see the Cyber Core's ending here.
But I had to break it to you, but you know, that Reaper is going to be coming out. This is...
Oh, he is building a Reaper. Ah.
Yeah, so...
I haven't seen a Reaper against Protoss in a long time, because usually Stalkers just shut this down so quickly. But
oh, of course, but you know what? This could be beneficial for xBadMofo, because he could be using this Reaper to scout out the base, even though he's got this SCV still in his base. And right now, Jaimeister doesn't even have any units being built. He's kind of under the gun right now. What's going on?
I'm a little confused by this. Yeah, he did not build anything out of these 2 gateways that finished a long time ago.
Oh.
The Reaper is now in the base, just hanging out, cruising, and now he's going to go and just see everything that he needs to see. And this is great, actually. Yeah, he's just going to do a Reaper expand, which is pretty nice build. I mean, he's going to get a huge economy advantage over this Protoss player very early on. Oh, and Jaimeister pulls all his probes.
That's a very difficult move, especially with the Reaper here, but he finally has that Stalker out, and that Stalker is going to be popping shots off on that Reaper. The Reaper is one more. Boom! It goes down, but the SCV is going to be taken out as well. But you know, luckily, he is going to be scouting out. I think he really wanted to go up that tech build and try to get the Stalkers out as fast as he can. Luckily,
well, the issue is those Stalkers were so delayed, because I think he just forgot to build them initially when the Cyber Core finished.
Mm-hmm.
So he delayed those Stalkers enough that the Reaper could actually do a serious amount of damage. It wasn't technically like death damage, but all those probes got pulled, and that's a huge difference for the early game mining time.
Let's take a look at how many workers that one Reaper killed. It was three harvesters. So you know, I mean, I don't know. Was that worth it? That's 150. So yeah, I'd say that Reaper kind of played its role right there.
I mean,
yeah, it pretty much did. So like, you know, and right now Mo is going to be doing a, you know, he's got his expansion in his base. He has the ability to throw it down. He's got He scanned the base of Jaimeister, so right now, I mean, he sees everything. So what are your thoughts, Kaleido?
Absolutely. He's going to be dropping a barracks and a starport here. So we could quite possibly see some drops because obviously close air here. Very sensible thing to do. I'm a little confused with Jaimeister's build. He hasn't taken an Expo, and he's getting a Robo Bay. There's actually another Reaper that's just going to check this out and be like, oh look, you made a Robo Bay. Here it is.
And this is beautiful because the Reaper is going to be going not for the probes in the mineral line, but he's going to be going after the probes in the gas. Now, the reason for that is because normally what happens is that a player has to spend a lot more APMs to re-put guys on that gas, and you know it's also kind of one of those hidden like harass where it's so small, but in the long run it could be a big deal if you don't put guys back on gas.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that because it's pretty easy to forget. If you lose like one probe and you didn't see it go down, then you don't really know unless you're watching your gas that actually there's not a probe mining there right now. And you can actually get really, really delayed, and later when you're trying to build your Colossus, you're going to go, why don't I have the gas to build my Colossus on time?
Completely
and that'll
agree.
be why.
Yeah, and luckily, you know, Mo's just keep on putting on that harass, finally getting his first medevac out, you know, and he's going to be pumping out quite the bio ball right now. He's opting to get his stim, and Jaimeister finally got that observer, going to be seeing everything that xBadMofo has in his base, and going to be seeing the type of unit composition that he has, knowing that he's got that second expansion, so he really needs to get up his own expansion, and warping in a few more units as well, and also opting to get that immortal.
Yes, indeed. I mean, I don't know about this building composition because there's just too much stuff. Like, you can't support this many buildings and take this expo so late. He's actually getting further and further behind just trying to build units out of all these buildings.
Yeah, but if we take a look at the harvester count, yeah, he is behind by about 4 harvesters. So this can be really difficult for him. I love the positioning of his units, though, right now. As you can see, though, he's got...
Oh, he is going to catch this drop. But,
oh,
nice reflex by xBadMofo. Pulling it immediately. The first blast immediately just pulls it back. So, he's going to take no damage from that, and that's actually great.
Yeah, great reflex.
But he's going to poke in again. Wow, this is a nice move because now the Protoss thinks that he deflected that, and he actually really didn't. It's in his base.
Yeah, but he doesn't even have vision of that. Wow, he found
Stims in, and now he's just going to take out this forge.
Yeah.
Which I don't agree with. Go for the pylon, but the forge is going to go down. He's having a little bit of misstep with his stalker micro here, and he's just going to lift and leave, and that's actually great.
Wow.
Oh, this is the medevac.
Oh, does he lose the medevac? Yes, he does. Oh, it goes down. Oh my gosh.
Wow. What I would have suggested is he should have gone down to where the low ground is, because he was closer to that edge, and then all those stalkers would have stopped at the wall, and then he could have pushed into where there's airspace where he would have been safe.
But you gotta admit, though, Jaimeister is being the gentleman and apologizing for the death of the medevac full of Girl Scouts. That's right, you should definitely check out Game 1, because those Girl Scouts definitely will wreak havoc in your base, so... Gosh.
Absolutely. But, yeah, no, I mean, it's... I personally would never apologize for taking down a medevac.
I would say thank you.
the potential for damage that can come out of even a single medevac, I would absolutely say thank you for sacrificing that to me and giving me the lead in food, because that is just... is not something that you want to apologize for. You're ahead.
No, definitely. But you know what, though? Now that I'm taking a look at it, you know, Jaimeister is not utilizing his Chrono Boost properly. I mean, he's banking... I mean, he's full of Chrono Boost right now on his main base, and also his expansion is almost full of Chrono Boost. He really needs to be using that to either Chrono Boosting his gateways, either Chrono Boosting more probes out, and possibly taking a third expansion.
I mean, absolutely. I think the most important thing right now is chrono boosting probes. He hasn't done that at all, and you can tell just in the count of units, he's 10 workers behind now, and that's actually going to be so bad in the long run as far as mining goes.
Definitely, but right now we have 2 Reapers that are going to be poking at the front right now. They are, you know, going to be going up into Jaimeister's base and just getting another, once again, full complete scout.
I like this a lot. The mid-game Reaper scout. I mean, he didn't have to build 2. But it's really actually a pretty cool idea because the clip that you have to defend on this base is so huge. You can get away with sneaking into the Reaper if the Protoss isn't quite paying attention. You can see exactly what he's doing, and we're gonna just see that happen immediately.
Yeah, beautiful scout. And Mo feels very confident with what he saw, so